Hey, what's going on YouTube? Lars here and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Today I just wanted to go over the state of Strive and also the state of Asuka. The current patch has been out for a while now, and I wanted to give my thoughts about how I feel things are going, what do I want to see improved, and what I hope for the game in the future. I have just a disclaimer. This is going to be pretty much a rant video, but I do have some bullet points here for me to decide what I want to talk about, so I don't, yap a little bit too much. There will be timestamps in the description note if you do want to jump around to certain parts. So go ahead, put the video on in the background while you're, I don't know, playing a game, watching something, or just need some background noise and you'd like to hear how I feel about the state of the game, because there won't really be much editing in this video because I'm currently working on the Asuka guide updated for this current version, which should be out before the end of the month. But I wanted to get this out there because I didn't really have any videos planned in the meantime, and we'll just talk about all that later. But yeah, feel free to jump around to whatever you like, and let's get started with the first point. Okay, so let's start off with the first point here, and that's with the state of the game currently. So as you all are pretty much well aware of, this current patch was mainly a nerf patch, bringing down the top tiers and trying to bring the power level of the game back down. So, characters like Johnny, Ram, and Pot ended up being nerfed. Even though Pot is supposedly still top 1 or at least top tier, Johnny was taken out back, unfortunately, and probably will not be seen again for a very long time. But still, the power level of the game has indeed gone down. Things such as the YRC changes being very beneficial to zoners, because before, strike throw mix and invincible reversals, even if you YRC, there was still chances that you could lose your turn. And, as zoners who don't have, reversals without a DP, it'd be very risky to take your turn back because, reversal super, you YRC near the wall, and then they get a hard knockdown and you're at they're at a meter advantage. Meanwhile, you're at a meter penalty because you YRC'd. So yeah, the YRC changes greatly benefited zoner type characters more. Lucy was also released, and I really haven't seen much with her. Like I was keeping in touch like the first week or so when she was released, but it seems like a lot of people just kind of gave up on her. Now, me personally, I didn't really care about Lucy. I mean, I did watch Edge Runners. It was a pretty good anime, but in terms of her in being in Strive, I wasn't really interested in playing her. And it doesn't really seem like there's much else for people to optimize. Like, I'm sure there's some combos being optimized as we speak, but in terms of like setups and stuff, I don't really think there's anything there, unfortunately. Just a pretty I don't want to say bland, but not really much going on with her. So yeah, it is what it is. Then let's talk about ranked. Ranked is honestly, it's a mixed bag. I was enjoying it at first, but yeah, I mean, it's a ranked mode, so great, but I'm gonna get into that more a little bit later because there's a really big issue with ranked and why I'm currently not playing the game as much as I thought I would be with the addition of ranked. But this section is just mainly about the character balancing in terms of, that their strength. That when I'm talking about the state of the game, we'll talk about matchmaking here in a second. Asuka, my main, did end up getting buffed quite a bit. Definitely a lot better than he was last season, but he's still not at the strength that he used to be. Like the very first season, probably like before any nerfs, I don't think we're ever going to see that Asuka again, but he is for sure stronger. So overall, I'd say that I do think the current strength of the game is fine. A lot of the characters have been brought down. Pot is still questionable, but everybody else seems all right. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with the current strength of the game. Okay, now let me go ahead and talk about ranked a little bit more here. So when I was first playing ranked, I ended up reaching Vanquisher on my second day of ranked ever being released, and it was pretty smooth sailing. I didn't have too much trouble reaching Vanquisher. I was surprised I even got Diamond 3, which was the highest that you could get for your placements, because I think if you won 7 out of 10 of your games at least, you got Diamond 3. So yeah, I got Diamond 3. Pretty smooth sailing, nothing to complain about. The issue is when it comes to Vanquisher ranks, and pretty this is a pretty big reason why I'm currently not playing the game as much as I'd like. So the way that Vanquisher works is you don't play against anybody other than Vanquishers, which is good. You don't want to, gatekeep people from Diamond 3 unless you're like a fresh Vanquisher. I don't think it's really fair to gatekeep people from getting the Vanquisher rank. But it felt like at the beginning the matchmaking was a lot better than it is right now, because what I am going to do is I'm going to pull up a community tab post that I made a couple of days ago, and I wanted to stream the game. I wanted to play Strive, but as more and more people started reaching Vanquisher, and with the release of 2xKO and just other games in general, I'm pretty sure the player base is still as strong as ever, but in fact even more, because people have come back for ranked. But I've been getting pretty much the same opponents every time. Like, if you like the post said, I faced nothing but Axels for the past 2 days when I first started playing ranked again. Like, I took a couple of days off and I was like, okay, let's go ahead and try to play some Strive, boot up the stream. Just nothing but bad matchup after bad matchup, and it was just Axels. Now, obviously, my character has the worst matchup against Axel, so obviously I'm taking this a lot harder than if it was like a Soul. They probably wouldn't care if they ran up against an Axel, but it's just the fact of the matter is you play against the same people. And I heard that the matchmaking prioritizes speed over like the quality of your matches. Personally, I'd much rather fight different opponents if possible, rather than fighting the same person just because it's the quickest. Like, I want them to keep the filter options, like keep me within my filter range, but just give me different opponents. Like, if I'm waiting like 3, 4, 5 minutes, and okay, sure, give me the same person. But I highly doubt that it was just me and the same like 3 people online at that certain amount of time who has my DR. So yeah, the matchmaking really needs to get fixed. It's nothing more demoralizing than being a decently high rank or having a decently high DR, but you continuously go up against the same bad matchup over and over and over again. Because I'm not I'm not saying that I'm like the best player out there or anything, but I was at like 1600 plus DR a couple of days ago, like a week or two ago. And ever since I ran to them Axels non-stop, I went back down to almost like 1500. I'm at like what, 1540 right now. All that DR is down the drain, and I don't want it done. I don't want it done. Well, I mean, you can't really dodge anymore, but I don't want it done. I don't rage quit. If I fight against someone and they're not laggy, even if they are laggy, sometimes I still run the full set against my better judgment, of course. But it takes a lot for me to just quit out of the match, in terms of like, how they give you the option if someone's like even slightly laggy. They're like, hey, you want to do a no contest? I rarely hit it. I'm like, I'm fine, I'll just power through it. So it's an honor thing with me. All right, I can't run away constantly. I know what I signed up for when I played the character, so yeah, I'd rather just not play the game at all than just dodge the same Axel that I fought 5 minutes ago over and over again. So yeah, please just fix the matchmaking. It's really just bringing the whole vibe of the game down. And seeing as how a large majority of people are supposedly quitting for 2xKO, They really need to fix this matchmaking, because as the more players go down, if you keep prioritizing speed, you're going to just fight the same person over and over again. And Strive has way too many players for that to be a thing. So yeah, Arxis, please fix the matchmaking. Now, for my fellow wizards, this is just for you. And I mean, if you don't play Asuka, you're free to listen in if you want. I feel like you don't. I don't want to make this sound like egotistical, but I don't feel like you're not gonna really understand it unless you play Asuka, because of just the type of character he is. And when I'm talking about Asuka now, I'm mainly going to be focusing on his matchups. In case you didn't see it, I created a video with Void like a month or two ago, and we was discussing what we wanted to see changed about Asuka before the upcoming patch, which the video was uploaded so late that even if Arxis had a chance to watch it, I highly doubt they changed anything due to that video, if they even watched it at all. But yeah, let me just talk about how I feel about Asuka right now. Asuka is for sure in a better place than he was previously, and I am very happy about that. He's the most fun he's ever been. I cannot stress that enough. Like, if Asuka was a character who had no bad matchups, and it was just like, okay, it's just me, and if I lose, it was on me. Oh, my bad, hit my mic there. But if he had like no bad matchups or very few bad matchups, and I'd be like, okay, I'd love playing Asuka. However, that's just not the case. So again, referencing the video that I made with Void, the biggest issue that I had with Asuka, even since day one, was just his matchups, because I really got salty and did not want to play the game after that loss streak I've had for the past 2 days of me just running into continuous bad matchups. Slayers, Potemkins, Axels, Enos. It's just like, it was like Arxis was specifically out to make my experience as miserable as possible. And it's so hard to find the motivation to continuously play Asuka when it feels like I lose on the loading screen, you know? I know Asuka is not a very light character amongst the community. I'm very well aware of that fact. And even though I don't let how other people, feel about my character, affect me playing them, it does, it does have an impact on how Asuka is balanced in the future, because he's very fun to play, but a large majority of the player base is like, I don't like this character. So unless you're like Arxis' favorite, which we're clearly not, you're gonna get nerfed, because it's about the game. It's about the game satisfaction more than the balancing, I'm pretty sure. Like, we all want a balanced game, but you want to have fun while you're playing the game. And yeah, I don't really know what I want to do in terms of Asuka. I'm still working on the guide, of course. I'm still working on that, so that's kind of where the majority of my time has been going, instead of playing the game. But when I try to play the game as Asuka, it just doesn't feel good. People have gotten better at playing against him, and it really feels like you have to outplay your opponent so many times while using 500% of your brain power just to get the win. Like, it's gotten so bad where people have started mashing 6P on Wake Up. I kid you not, it's just like people mashing 6P on Wake Up. They're able to convert into a special move, and it counter hits me. And I've been playing Asuka for a long time, all right? Like, literally since day one. Like, the longest break I took was when I, stopped uploading videos and stopped streaming. So like 6 months. So I'm like 6 months behind everybody. But I've still put in a lot of hours, and I always say that Asuka is the main reason why I still play this game. And it's just disheartening when I see, it feels like my efforts just aren't being rewarded like that. Like, I love outplaying my opponent. I love feeling big brain. I love using all my resources, but it's funny because people was complaining about Lucy. Oh, she does no damage. Lucy, I have the opponent down to 1 HP. I have them down like 5, a sliver of HP, and I can't kill them. And I'm like, that's what I go through every time I play Asuka. It's not fun. It's not fun outplaying your opponent 50,000 times just for them to hit you twice, and you're put into a basically a very unfavorable situation where it's either mash or die, and it's just really frustrating. I have fun playing Asuka, but I don't have fun playing Asuka, if that makes sense. I have fun using his mechanics, but just playing against the cast where a good majority of them can just invalidate my entire toolkit just feels horrible. Like I was playing against a Faust and they were really good. Like they were like top 5 Faust. So, you know, I'm not discrediting my opponents at all. Like I understand that, you know, characters require a lot of skill in this game and it's not just Asuka, but I just couldn't do anything against them. That was one of the first times where I legit felt powerless playing as Asuka because Scalpel goes through all of my cubes. It's impossible to 6p because, you know, that they can vary the timing. That drill move he has where he goes like, it's if I'm trying to cast cubes, it goes through all of them, counter hits me. Afro lasts for like 10 seconds. I have no defensive options. So yeah, I just really want Arctis to do something with the matchups. Like if you want to even slightly nerf him, which I don't think he even needs, but if you want to, in exchange for fixing these god-awful matchups, please, I am perfectly fine with that, in all honesty. But yeah, what do I think Asuka needs this season? He needs a rework in terms of how his cubes operate. It feels like people have been too ready to disrespect all of the pressure I do because, you know, they do a 6p, they convert into their thing. I'm stuck on the defense. My risk gauge is getting cranked up, and there's just nothing that I can do. And the thing is, I know people are going to say it's a skill issue. You gotta get better. You gotta get better. I know it's a skill issue. All right. When it's complaining about fighting games, not a skill issue. But I can't be Gobo, I can't be Zondo, I can't be all these top tier pro Asuka players, which both of them have dropped them, by the way. I think Gobo still plays them, but they don't play them competitively, which I'm going to make that into a video on why playing Asuka competitively is not a good idea. I'm in my yap phase right now, right? But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about Asuka. Just really wish he got some fundamental reworks. It feels like we have a 9-1, 8-2 matchup. Like how Eno players felt about Chaos, that's how we feel about Axel's and pretty much Potemkin's too. So yeah. But overall, I'd like to say, Asuka aside, I think that this season is probably peak, like one of the best seasons we've ever seen with Strive. My personal favorite season was season 2, where the power level was a lot lower and everybody felt a lot more equal in terms of strength, which I think we're close to that now, but we're still, you know, we didn't have Wild Assault and Deflect Shield and stuff back then, and we still had DP. Well, we had DPRC back then, but we don't now. So, you know, give or take a couple of things, but I do feel like this could either be better or just as good as season 2. I still gotta play around with it, but the issue is that I don't have a good secondary. I tried playing Unica, I tried playing Mei, I tried playing Soul and Kai. Not this season, but like last season, just for fun. And nobody's really done it for me. I used to play Baiken and Amelia, but they have stuff where I just don't feel like learning anymore. Sometimes I feel the urge to come back to Baiken, but I don't know. We'll see. My hope is that Jam or Robokai will give me a fresh perspective on the game again, but that they won't be coming until the whole rework. So right now for this season, I just got Asuka. Maybe I really will try to learn Baiken again, but we'll see. But I really do think the game is in a great spot right now. Just fix the matchmaking, and I really wouldn't have any other complaints in terms of general game direction. I'm excited for the future of Strive, and I really do enjoy this game. So I hope Arxis continues to make it the best that they possibly can, and just keep listening to us, because this can really be something special if we just keep working towards making Strive the best that it can possibly be. Especially with 2xKO out now, which I did get a code, so I don't know, I might mess with it a little later. We'll see, but I'm not really big on tag fighters. Plus, I kind of got a backlog out. If you play Borderlands 4, you already know what time it is. And if you play Trails in the Sky, I just got into the series myself, and that comes out in a week. So combined with the backlog, with the guide I'm currently making, I probably won't be streaming as much. But once those are done, we'll be back to the Strive grind. And maybe those Axles will finally stop playing at like 9 p.m. and then, go read a book, go to sleep, maybe go outside, go get something to eat. Just don't play while I'm playing. But that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would like to support the channel, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I will hopefully see you next time. Farewell.